Welcome to Marketers Take Wing. This is a special episode where I'm showing you a replay of one of my past workshops, Filling Your Sales Pipeline. For many marketers, this may be a review, or this might be the first time you're learning how you can integrate marketing into sales. So when a client asks you, well, how is your work going to help my business? This is what you can educate them on. Or if you are struggling in filling your sales pipeline, this could be helpful for you as well to see where the holes are, where the leaks are in your pipeline, and how you can fix them. Welcome to Filling Your Sales Pipeline. In this workshop, we're going to talk about the merger between marketing and sales. When does marketing and sales work together? When do we go into sales? But also, how do we get prospects into our sales pipeline or into our sales funnel, whichever term you want to use? How do we get people or prospects into the pipeline in the first place? First, I want to talk about the buyer's journey or customer journey. Here is a simplified version from a software called HubSpot, where there's 3 different stages from someone who is just becoming aware that they may have a problem to the point where they decide who they're going to hire or what they're going to buy to solve this problem. It's important to understand that as you are marketing and as you are selling, that there are different levels of intent or different intentions that someone may have as they are checking out, researching, Googling, asking their friends for recommendations. Let's go over these 3 stages. Awareness is when someone is experiencing the problem or they're experiencing the symptoms of the problem, and they're starting to research, okay, what's going on here? For example, I don't have a lot of clients right now. So that's my symptom. I'm not earning the kind of money I want to earn in my business. That's a symptom. So they're aware of they have a problem, and they're just starting to research what's going on here. Then they move on to consideration stage. They defined, I'm not earning the kind of income I want because I'm not working with the types of clients I want to work with. I'm getting a lot of clients who don't have the budget for what I really want to do and what I really want to do in my business. How do I get the better client? How do I get the higher end client? How do I get my ideal client? So now they know what the problem is, and they're starting to research and understand what are all the possible solutions I can use to solve this problem. I'm not getting my ideal clients. So what can I do about it? They start researching, they start talking, they ask their business coach, what can I do? And then comes the decision stage. I found all the possible solutions. Now, which one am I going to purchase? Am I going to just try to work this out on my own? Am I going to read a book, take a course, research and watch videos, and start changing my marketing message? Am I going to hire a coach? Am I going to join Lyft? And so on. So those are the 3 stages. And I gave you examples when it comes to our clients and our Lyft members. But what about in your business? Let's say you're an HR consultant and you're experiencing high turnover. So that's the symptom that your clients are facing. So that's what they're experiencing. And then they do a little bit of research and they say, maybe we're having high turnover because people aren't happy that we're going back to the office. Let's find some possible solutions. Do they have to work in the office? If they do, what are some considerations that we can give, some benefits that we can give? So we can still, maybe one of the solutions could be have a flexible schedule. Maybe they can work part-time at home. So they're researching all the possible solutions here. Then it comes to the decision stage. Is this something we can implement on our own, or do we need to hire an HR consultant to do this for us? Which HR consultant? Which HR company? Those are examples for a different industry than mine. Awareness, consideration, and decision. So when your next steps is, if you haven't gone through this process for yourself already, is to go ahead and do that. What are your ideal prospects experiencing when they're just becoming aware of a problem? What are they searching for or researching for or asking about when they're considering, how do I solve this problem? And then what can we have in the decision stage so we can show people that we are the solution. We are the solution for you. Let me give you some examples. Apologize for the blurriness of this image here, which is, again, from HubSpot, which is a software I used to be certified in their inbound marketing program. We have awareness, consideration, and decision stages. Because HubSpot focuses more on online marketing, these are all marketing collateral, marketing materials that can be put online. If someone is aware of the problem, what would they be looking for? What would help them learn more about the stage that they're in, the symptoms that they have? And these are some of the pieces of content that someone could create. Ebooks, white papers, educational content such as blogs, social media. Consideration stage, now we're considering what are the possible solutions. How do we share that information? Here are some possible solutions. Have you ever read a blog post on the top 10 apps to improve your productivity? The 5 best books on self-development, personal development. Those would all be pieces of content that fall into the consideration stage. Decision stage, the marketing collateral that we need for the decision stage is for someone to actually consider hiring us or purchasing from us. So things like comparisons, downloads, trial downloads, live demos is perfect for this decision stage. Now, most of us are not online businesses where we're focused just on creating content, if at all. So how can we apply this buyer's journey, the different stages, when it comes to the type of marketing that we do or that you do? Let me give you a couple examples here. Here are the top 2 methods I recommend that you use, top 2 marketing strategies that I recommend that you use when you are new business owner or when you're a solo business owner or small team even. If you're in charge of bringing in your client and you have more time than budget, I recommend networking, and not just networking with business people, but talking to people and a great exercise that you can do to improve your networking and to increase your consistency when it comes to networking is our 30-day growth program, our 30-day growth challenge. And that's available on Lyft. It's self-paced right now, so you can just click on it and join. And we're open to doing it live as a group too. So we can talk about that in the next couple months of when that would fit into the calendar. But in the meantime, you could do the 30-day growth challenge on your own and improve your networking. How this buyer's journey relates to your networking, not necessarily content, but your networking is when you're in the awareness stage, when your people are in the awareness stage, your prospects are in the awareness stage, you want to show up. They've got to see you. They want to hear from you. So your elevator pitch, your infomercial, those are how they're going to learn about these symptoms to look out for, whether they're referring someone to you or they want to hire you themselves. Next, when it comes to consideration stage, what are the possible solutions that they may encounter to solve this problem that they have? Where do they learn about that? When it comes to networking, it's going to be with your presentations. If your networking group allows presentations, sign up for those, give your presentations. Follow up. If someone tells you at this networking event or even in a phone call that you're talking to someone and they're interested in hearing more about what you do, it's important to follow up. And that's something that we built into the 30-day growth challenge, is that practice following up on a regular basis. And one-to-ones, you're attending networking events and maybe there's 30 people in a Zoom call. There's just not enough time to talk to people one-to-one. So when you attend these networking events, find people that you would like to follow up with, that you would like to have a one-to-one meeting with, schedule those and talk to people. And again, in the 30-day growth challenge, we talk about what you would talk about in those meetings. From those presentations, follow-up one-to-ones, people will be interested in learning more. So how do you get through the decision stage is if they're able to actually experience what you do, whether it's a demo, a trial, a first consultation, that's helpful. You can also share testimonials in any of the previous stages. You can share testimonials in your elevator pitch, in your infomercial, in your presentations, during your follow-ups and one-to-ones. But those pieces of information and activities and tactics would fall into these 3 different stages. The other method I recommend that you use to market your business is through thought leadership, because I'm going to assume you're an expert at what you do. However, we don't really know that if you're not sharing what makes you different and what kinds of things should we be looking for. So thought leadership is a way to show your expertise, to show how you're different, and to even have us think about things that we didn't know about. We don't know what we don't know. So through your thought leadership, we're going to learn more about our problem that we're facing, the possible solutions, and why you may or may not be the best person to help us with it. Thought leadership can be shared through writing articles, writing blogs, through videos, such as putting them on YouTube or on social media platforms. If you want to start a podcast or if you want to start speaking at other people's events, those are all ways for that information to get out. So this awareness stage, how do we find out about this? And you got to share it. You could share it through your networking events. These columns and this table is not necessarily set in stone. These can interact with each other and should interact with each other. If you can share your thought leadership and networking, even better. Social media, I find, there's many purposes for social media. One is networking. Another one is sharing your thought leadership. So if you don't have time to write a full article, you can write a post on LinkedIn or another social media platform that your ideal clients are on. A paragraph, a sentence even, can be shared on social media. You can create content so that it can be found on search. And if you have any questions on that, we do have Lyft members who are specialists in SEO, including Randy Lyman. You can be a guest on other people's stages, so to speak, is what we used to call it when we all met in person. You can be a guest in other people's networking events, other people's podcasts, YouTube show. We're looking for guests actually on our podcast, and we're starting a YouTube show. So be on the lookout for those emails if you'd like to be a guest on our platforms. You could be a guest. In the consideration stage, again, this is the part where people are evaluating their choices, their possible solutions. So talk about your product or service in your thought leadership, in your presentations, as you're networking. Let us know what's the next step to working with you. It's booking a free call. It's signing up for a demo that leads people into the decision stage. Or maybe you like to host your own workshop or event, a webinar, a class, so people get a taste of what you do, and then you give them an opportunity to sign up for a deeper program. Lastly, in the decision stage, just as testimonials and demos are useful, success stories can be shared in your thought leadership. and be able to share that people can sign up for a trials period if that fits your business. Offering a trial could be useful as well. Again, these can be intermixed, these can be played with, and it's something we can explore on what works for you. What's going to be your marketing mix? What I recommend here is just knowing that if you're just doing one thing and you're not getting the results you want, you can fine tune what you're currently doing and add another layer to your marketing. I would recommend having at least 3 ways to market your business. If something is taken away, for example, not meeting in person, Corey and I heavily relied on in-person networking. And when that was taken away, it did affect their business. Now we already had clients, and some of the clients actually needed more help during the pandemic. So it didn't affect our revenue in a bad way, but it did affect our business mix, our client mix. Mix up these marketing strategies and tactics that you're using, and be aware if you are providing information to help your buyers buy, help your clients make a decision from awareness to the decision stage. Before I go into what's missing, I want to go into the sales funnel and what does this all mean? We had the 3 stages, and these 3 stages are broken up into 2 stages per stage, 2 levels per stage. So in the awareness stage, we have prospects to lead. So as people are finding out about what we're doing, they want to learn more, they submit their name into your contact form, they book a time with you, maybe they download a free ebook that you have. Those now go from prospects into leads. Once you have the information, it's now a lead. Then the middle section, where it's the consideration stage, you have MQL and SQL. That stands for marketing qualified lead, marketing qualified lead, and sales qualified lead. Marketing qualified lead, this can be a very small step because they already gave you their information. But in your marketing, you're qualifying if this person is an actual lead based on if they signed up for your freebie that you have, whether it's a free consultation, a free audit, a free ebook. They've now qualified themselves through your marketing to be that lead. However, a sales qualified lead means that they fit your ideal client, that they can actually hire you or purchase from you. So sales qualified lead is when you qualify that they've got the budget for you, they're the size of business, or the particular issue that they have is something you solve. And then now they're a sales qualified lead. Then we go into the sales process here when they're in the making stage. Is now it's an opportunity. You're booking that sales appointment with them, that discovery call. And finally, when they hire you, they are a customer. So through this funnel here, or through the sales pipeline, the next step for you to go over is what's missing. How am I attracting prospects to my business? Is that working? Am I qualifying? Am I capturing their information so they can be a lead? They better capture their information. How do I qualify that they're even interested in what I do, or how interested they are? How do I qualify that this would be a good client for me? And then the sales process from the opportunity to customer. Let me know how this was helpful for you. What are your next steps? And let us know how we can better support you to fill your sales pipeline.